are looking live at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
We here today? Hell yeah, come on. We all we got. Let's get in the rhythm today, and we turn all the way up. Come on.
Intercepted.
Isaiah Rodgers. Look out, he's moving. 30, 40, 50, and is loose. Isaiah Rodgers is gone.
Today, the Cincinnati Bengals take on the Minnesota Vikings.
2 defensive touchdowns. Mason racking up numbers in this second half.
Scrambled for a first down. Jordan Mason
Is in for another Minnesota touchdown.
and the blowout is on. It's 30-3 Minnesota. We're not even at halftime.
It's a good day for Minnesota.
Are you kidding me with that catch, JJ?
That's how you stand up. That's how you stand up. Big toe players make two turns.
And that's the ball game. Touchdown, Vikings.
Welcome into Vikings Weekly. I'm your host, Tatum Everett, and it's an exciting week here at Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center. The Vikings head overseas to face the Steelers on Sunday in the first NFL regular season game in Ireland. It'll be at Croke Park in Dublin. We have plenty to get to in this episode. Defensive coordinator Brian Flores steps inside the film room for the first time. NFL legends react over Isaiah Rodgers' historic performance. And Eric Wilson wears the mic in the Bengals route, and it's highly entertaining. Before we take a look ahead, the Vikings got back on track against the Bengals at U.S. Bank Stadium on Sunday. There were defensive touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, passing touchdowns, and even a franchise record-breaking 62-yard field goal. That performance led to a fired-up post-game locker room speech from the head coach, Kevin O'Connell.
Chase this feeling right now. We wanted it all week, we worked like it, but do not let that result on that scoreboard cloud what really happened over the last 6-7 days. All right, a football team, a very talented football team, looked adversity square in the eye and decided to do what? Get closer, work a little bit harder, let your leaders lead the way, and then ultimately came out, and these 3.5 hours are just a byproduct of all those things. Now, the question is consistency. Now the question is, can we go back to work and make it look the same? Can we handle whatever's out in front of us? All right, from an adversity standpoint of travel and all that stuff, here's what I know. I can't wait to watch this team get to play a football game next week. And thank God we get one a week, all right, because I'd go nuts if we didn't. Somebody's going to need to check on me at the bye week. All right, I can't wait to watch you guys play football next week. We go back to work. We go back to work. We're exactly where we want to be. It does not matter what came before us. It does not matter the path to get here. All that matters is what we do tomorrow and what we do this week. And then we'll worry about next week. This family is close. This family is together. This family is talented. You guys understand that? Proud of you boys, man. Zay, break them down.
Yes, sir. All y'all, man. Good, great way to respond as a team, man. Hey, brothers on three. 1, 2, 3.
And that is why KO wanted Isaiah Rodgers to break down the huddle. Pro Football Focus graded his performance a 99.9, pure perfection. Now, Rodgers is someone that defensive coordinator Brian Flores targeted as a free agent this offseason, and it's clear it's not taken that long for him to feel acclimated here with the Vikings. For the first time ever, Coach Flo entered the film room alongside Vikings radio analyst Pete Bursich to dive into Isaiah Rodgers' highlight reel.
Welcome to Vikings Film Room, and you know it's a special edition when we have this guy in studio. He's the pride of Boston College, Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores. Coach, Isaiah Rodgers had a career game on Sunday, and we cannot wait to hear your insights.
Well, he sure did. But before that, you know, the pride of Notre Dame against the pride of Boston College. You know, we got a little rivalry here.
We got a little rivalry.
But Isaiah did have a great day. He had a phenomenal camp. We were excited to have him. And let's talk about, you know, some of the plays he made. So this will be the interception play, and a lot of really good things happened on this play. He had a great rush. We were able to get the quarterback out of the pocket. The big play here is really going to come from our guy, 2-2, Harrison Smith. All right, so got Jamar Chase, him being a premium receiver, a lot of attention being paid to him. All right, so Harry's got his eyes on him, sees the quarterback scramble, tips it, Isaiah grabs it, and now he's off to the races. The one thing I really loved about this was, you know, just our guys here, you know, looking to throw a block for him, namely here, JG. All right, throwing a block for him here. Fantastic play, 87 yards, stadium going wild, fantastic play. If you see the end zone here, just wanted to highlight a couple things. The rush, starting with Levi. Levi gets immediate rush. He's on top of the quarterback. He makes him step up into the pocket. Now he's got to move. JG on the wrap. JG's coming to get him. And here's a perfect example of 2-2 in the throwing window. Tips it up. Isaiah grabs it. We always talk about tips and overthrows. Got to get those. And we're off to the race.
What a moment for everybody, the players, the coaches, the fans, everybody. I mean, this is an iconic photo right here.
It really is.
Of what you want your defense to look like, is it not?
It really is. And one thing I want to point out is just the coaching staff, like you mentioned. This is Ange, our tight ends coach. He's flipping out. You can see the jubilation on his face. That was one thing that, in watching it, all the views, you see the entire team.
Yeah, pick six, scoring on defense, turning defense into offense. It's just an amazing play.
Another situation here where we got another all-up presentation. All right, what I mean by that is, we've got 7 guys at the line of scrimmage. It looks like blitz. As you can see, they've got, 8 guys in protection here with 3 receivers, but we're popping out of here and we're playing zone coverage behind it. So it looks like blitz, it's not blitz. All right, they've got a quick throw. All right, and they actually have a good play. They got a blocker out here. They got one of their tight end, Noah Fant, in space. All right, and Isaiah, he punches this ball out with what we call our hammer technique. Scoops, scores, and he's off to the races. Another dynamic, incredible play by him. Here's the end zone view. You'll see it much better from here. So as you can see, we've got 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. Looks like blitz. It's not, but they've got a quick throw. There it is. All right, here's Zay. Here, you got Eric Wilson looking to get off a block there. You can see the hammer right on the ball. All right, right on the ball. Ball's out. It's on the ground. All right, Zay's got it now. He's up and he is off to the races. Again, another great block here by 44, Telly. All right, getting the quarterback out of the way. Don't think he was going to get there anyway. Zay's very fast. No knock on Browning's speed, but Zay is very fast. Great play there by Isaiah. Again, jubilation throughout the stadium, and just a great play by him.
Rodgers' performance not only caught the eye of Coach Flo and Vikings fans, it felt like the entire NFL was put on notice. The first reaction we have here is from Chad Ochocinco. He said Isaiah Rodgers is on fire, like NBA Jam. Madden rating going up, which, he was right about that one. Up next, we've got Darius Butler. Isaiah Rodgers, congratulations, you are the Defensive Player of the Week, which he predicted would be true. And then Field Yates saying that he's the first player in NFL history with a pick 6, a fumble return for a touchdown, 2 forced fumbles in a single game, and he did all of that in 1 half. Finally, his alma mater, UMass football, saying that 99.9 Pro Football Focus grade is the highest in NFL history. And rounding that out, how about this amazing Vikings fan wearing Isaiah Rodgers' headband and gloves, saying he was his favorite player, and then he went out and had a performance like that. It was truly awesome. But those punch-outs that you saw Rodgers do in this last game are something this defense works on all the time. Remember that one by Eric Wilson against Atlanta? He's having a spectacular homecoming, and he wore the mic during the entire Bengals game. Check it out.
Welcome to Minneapolis and welcome to U.S. Bank Stadium. The Minnesota Vikings, 1-1, take on the undefeated Cincinnati Bengals from the AFC North.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go, Hat. Come on, man. Yes, sir. Yeah! Oh my God!
Scanning, throwing.
Oh yeah!
Intercepted. Isaiah Rodgers. He's racing down the sideline.
Yeah!
Not be caught.
Is that you on the punch out? Yeah. Dude, come right back out.
Browning able to get away once, but not twice. Back from a concussion.
I gotta pick that. I gotta pick that.
Boston football. It's Rodgers again, off and running. Oh my goodness. He runs it back for a second touchdown.
It's gonna be a long day. Oh wait, he punched it out and scooped it? Yes. Oh yeah. Hey, player of the week right there. Easy. Forced fumble, pick 6, and scoop and score.
Chase.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Go! Yeah! Yeah! That boy on one. Hey, that boy turned. That boy turned.
I'm not done.
Easy. Turn up. Turn up, baby.
The pass throws over the middle, throws it right to a member of the Minnesota Vikings. It's Josh Smith.
Hit it. Hey, good to see you, brother. Playing great, brother. Much love, man. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother.
Still to come on Vikings Weekly, our favorite funny guys are back to talk more about facing Aaron Rodgers this weekend. We check in with an Irish football fan and how the NFL is planning to take over the city. And head coach Kevin O'Connell tells us the positives about playing in back-to-back international games.
There's so much respect for everything he's gone through to get back to this point, and to be able to get out there with his guys. And then, you know, some of those plays, a couple of the rushing touchdowns in the red zone where you just see him and Blake Brandel fired up, or him just celebrating with his teammates throughout the game. It was great to see. And then to see him get a game ball in the locker room, and you can almost feel just kind of all of it, all the weight from everything he'd been through to get to this point, kind of all come together at one moment, and see the emotion in his face and the joy to be able to go back out there. It was pretty special.
Welcome back into Vikings Weekly. I'm your host, Tatum Everett. And that was offensive coordinator Wes Phillips reflecting on the return of left tackle Christian Darrisaw. It had been 332 days since Darrisaw last played in a game, and he returned in true form, only allowing 1 pressure and no sacks. Now the Vikings are headed overseas to Ireland to play in the first ever NFL regular season game there. I caught up with Pro Football Ireland's Mark Hogan to talk about just how historic this moment is.
The NFL is about to play in Dublin. I keep hearing it, and every single time I get goosebumps. I swear, it keeps on happening. It's something that we've dreamed about in the infancy of fandom here. I mean, like, this has been a fan base that's been growing and growing and growing. I mean, I've been part of it for maybe 15 or 20 years, and I keep on meeting people that were there long before me, 30, 40-year-old fans. But there definitely has been a growth in the last 5 to 10 years, and it's just culminated now that over the last 3 or 4, we all started to feel, you know what, it's the place for a game that, you know, we know the affection that people from your country and my country have towards one another. To be able to bring them into such a relatively small town or city that Dublin is, the buzz is already starting. After I speak to you, I'm going to go into Dublin just for a quick look around, because it's like, that energy is already there, and whoever's coming, if you're listening to this on a plane or whatever, it's like, have the time of your life, because we're all looking forward to having you.
I love that. What do you think the atmosphere will be like with 80,000 some odd fans inside Croke Park?
Yeah, well, you say inside Croke Park, but it really is a citywide event. And I think that's why the atmosphere will start to build from Friday onwards. It's like, I think if anyone has ever gone or been lucky enough to be in the Super Bowl city when it's been going on, it's kind of like the Friday, Saturdays when the real excitement there, because it's always almost like a bittersweetness to the actual game coming and everyone having to go their separate way afterwards. But when you get in, Croke Park is open air, so it's obviously not what you guys have now with your dome, but like, It is open air, but it's loud. Like, the number for this game, I think, is now 77,000. They've had to lose a few seats. Yeah, like you say, it's normally 82,000, and it's definitely electric. So it's like, it's never hosted something like this, though. Like, what Croke Park is used for is amateur sports. And when I say amateur sports, you play. It's more like Friday Night Light for your high school football.
Okay.
It's more comparable to that, even though it's played at a senior level, like, you know, actual, like, men playing it and women. It is that you can only play and you cannot transfer out. So speaking of 82,000 people that are rooting for you from your hometown or from your county, that's what that stadium is used to. So that's the kind of atmosphere that we're going to transfer and bring to the NFL.
The Vikings are 4-0 in international games, and head coach Kevin O'Connell is responsible for 2 of those. He sat down with voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen, in this week's episode of X's and O's to talk international travel.
You can look at it from a standpoint of why us, or you can look at it from a standpoint of, man, aren't we lucky to get this opportunity? And that's the way I look at it. And
but you got the opportunity every year.
We are not going to Cleveland in December. We are not going to Pittsburgh in November. We are not ultimately looking at this as anything more than a great opportunity to go find a way to win a football game in some circumstances we know well, specifically with the first game. Yeah, we're going to Ireland for the first time, but we've left on Thursdays before. Gone out to Tottenham Stadium and gotten a win and come back and moved throughout our season from there. The difference is we're going to stay and we're going to have a normal week of preparation once we've adjusted completely to the time. And our players should be able to truly, knowing we've got the bye upon our arrival back to the United States, we absolutely will look at this as a great opportunity. And how about a chance to, in a day and age where once you get into the season, it is so difficult to find unique ways to team build. How about a chance to go away? It's summer camp in a lot of ways for 10 days, and hopefully you and the crew there with K-Fan, you guys can do the same, man. I expect to hear a report about the chemistry of the crew being sky high coming off this trip.
You can find that entire conversation on Vikings.com or the Vikings app. When the Vikings face off against the Steelers on Sunday, they'll line up against a familiar foe, Pittsburgh quarterback Aaron Rodgers. On this week's episode of The Tailgate with comedians Chad Daniels and Cy Amundsen, the guys have some funny observations about the longtime NFL QB.
It's very weird to see Aaron Rodgers in different uniforms. Right. And you got to think this is basically the last time you see him. And for a dude who tormented the team for as many years as he did, to get him the way we got him against the Jets, if you could get him again against the Steelers, and at least I don't want that moment where he gets us one more time. I want him to have had his run in Green Bay, and towards the end, we were really coming around and making it difficult because I think his last year there, we put it on him too. So to let the Aaron Rodgers thing peter out, because the Rodgers thing doesn't feel like the Favre thing to me. Right. You watch Favre play, he was like fun to watch, and so you were jealous. The Rodgers thing was more like, I don't want this guy to succeed. So I really don't want him to bite us in the ass and have a, because he's playing well. I really don't want that throwback vintage Rodgers game in Dublin.
Yeah, the Vikings should have huge confidence going into this, just what they've done the last few times they've faced him. And you said that he tormented a team. I mean, he tormented the fans as well. I spent a lot of time calling the front office at Lambeau asking if I could fight him for charity. And I know he would knock my head off my shoulders because that's the hip speed you need to throw a football 70 yards. But I was willing to do it for the kids and maybe one crack at getting him. So I am excited for the Vikes to go in with confidence. I think that they've seen it. They know it, and I really, I'm confident. And by the way, I'm confident they are going to shut him down.
You can find that entire podcast episode anywhere you listen to your favorite shows. Well, we're going to have a little bit more fun here on Vikings Weekly with the latest episode of Tell Us with Metellus. The question is all about conspiracy theories?
I believe there are 2 parts to the line. This is Tell Us From Tell Us, and today we're going to talk about conspiracy theories. And my conspiracy theory is, first of all, pyramids, people didn't build that. Flat Earth, probably real. Moon, we didn't go. I want you to tell us, what conspiracy theory do you believe in?
I'm going to take it deeper.
Deep.
It's that ocean. It's that ocean stuff. That's why they're lying.
They lying.
They're just lying about
said
the ocean.
We only explored 20%.
You feel me? And then it's a new fish.
A new fish every day.
It's a new fish,
It's a new fish every day. And they all ugly.
I'm a big animal guy.
Don't disrespect the fishes, though. No, to fish. My grammar is correct. Ocean, we lying. We know what's in there. We just don't want to say it. I know you believe in something.
I did believe in Santa Claus for a minute.
How long? What's a minute? Don't tell me anything in middle school.
I ain't gonna cap, fool. I was a teenager.
Oh my God. Santa real.
We didn't go to the moon in '69.
We didn't.
Nah.
You know something? We didn't.
Bro, we didn't have electric windows in cars.
First of all, how are we streaming in 1960? Tupac alive. Michael Jackson still alive. What conspiracy theory do you believe in?
I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory, but I believe that a lot of conspiracy theories were invented to throw us off of the real ones. So they were like, let's just flood the market with conspiracy theories. I think they were like, they're getting a little too close. Let's make up some.
What conspiracy theory do you believe?
I don't know, because I feel like when you fly from Cali to Australia, never mind, they're going to
I think the megalodon is still out there.
Ocean.
Like
the big shark?
Yeah, I think it's
oh my God.
Somewhere,
I'm terrified. You can't even go to the ocean?
Some freaky stuff down there.
You can't even go to the ocean. That don't even make no sense.
I'm telling you this. There's some stuff down there. Yeah, you see Pacific Rim? It's something like that.
Something down
Not
there.
crazy like that, but something like that.
Hollow Earth, Area 51.
There has to be some kind of like aliens or some kind of other life form in Area 51.
Yes, has to be.
There has to be.
They treat
like,
Area 51 like Antarctica, but Area 51 is in the U.S. That's crazy.
Exactly. It's wild.
It's insane.
Like, why can't we go there?
I believe in all of it. I don't believe in anything, to be honest, if that's the case. Really, if you believe in it, you really don't believe in anything. I'm literally in the land between right now, but that's okay. I'm thriving.
Well, that'll do it for us here at Vikings Weekly. If you are headed to Dublin or London, make sure you check out Vikings.com for all of the fun activations and events that will be happening in this exciting international double dip. But first up, the first ever NFL regular season game in Ireland between the Vikings and the Steelers. Kickoff is set for 8:30 a.m. on the NFL Network, so get your coffee brewing and Skol Vikes.